Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Teufelhund in the Tier 7 German battleship Gneisenau. Matchmaking is, well, different. Got 4 CVs in the game in a mid-tier game, which is unusual.
Die Schlacht beginnt.
Now, if there's good news, it's that he's mid-tier here, not bottom tier. This ship is, it's a lot of fun to play. The first time I went through the German battleship line, I was absolutely awful in this ship because I didn't know how to play it. Once I figured out how to play it, I did a little bit better. And in fact, now I really enjoy the play style. I don't play Gneisenau as much, but I've got the Odin and the Pommern and Scharnhorst, which are all not identical, but similar in terms of play style. They've all got torpedoes and hard-hitting guns and decent armor. Now in this game, I don't really know anything at all about what happened, other than that our hero told me that he considers this a good example of Teufel's proper way to German BB, I think was how he wrote it. So we'll see. We'll enjoy this together. Torpedo threats, well, Aoba's out there. You know, it's got 10 kilometer, if it's upgraded, it's got 10 kilometer hard-hitting Japanese torpedoes. There's the Kid. Doesn't have a lot of torpedoes, but it can certainly surprise you. Asashio, by the time you see those torpedoes, it's really kind of too late. And Shiratsuyu, now that ship can be running the torpedo reload booster. I would say most of the time you're going to encounter that ship, it's going to have smoke. And that's primarily because these days there are so many more CVs in the game. This time, a year and a half, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever this ship came out, the Shiratsuyu, well, when it first came out, it was a lot like the premium Yudachi. You could have both the reload booster and smoke. And then someone at Wargaming said, hey, maybe that's a little too much for Tier 7, and they dialed it back. I really didn't think it was, but maybe they were also looking at the spreadsheet and saying, hey, if we're ever going to sell the Yudachi and make people want that, maybe we need to make it a choice between smoke or a reload booster in the Shiratsuyu. Teufel tries to get some shells over the island. There's the Shiratsuyu right there, the object of our conversation. Torpedoes on the way. Well, I thought there would be some torpedoes on the way, but I guess not. Yeah, there they are. Now, I'm not seeing any smoke, so I'm really wondering about whether this Shiratsuyu has a reload booster. If he does, there are liable to be a lot of torpedoes coming through here. Now, if memory serves, Shiratsuyu has 2 torpedo racks, quad racks, so 8 torpedoes that it can throw out at a time. And if it's running reload booster, you'll see up to 16. Teufel's focusing the Cleveland, which is probably a really good idea. Shiratsuyu is almost dead, and now the secondaries are opening up on that. And Akatsuki, one of my favorite destroyers in these tiers, takes out the Shiratsuyu. I have a bad feeling about this for the Cleveland. Commander 196809. Oof, he got lucky there. That was a broadside shot. But that is one of the things that will drive a lot of people crazy about Gneisenau and the German battleship line in general, I think, is that the dispersion and sigma are... well, I can certainly understand people who say there may be just a little bit of bias against the German line. I'm not convinced that that's true, but I think that there's room for people to wonder that, certainly. The German battleship guns are frustratingly inaccurate. And then, you know, one of the best shots I ever made in a battleship was Gneisenau, literally at max range from across the map. And managed to double citadel someone and put him out of the game, and he was very unhappy about it, called me a hacker, etc. Taking advantage of this relatively quiet moment to heal up a little bit. Now there's a key just on the other side of this island, so we might see an exchange of torpedoes here. I'm kind of surprised the Akatsuki hasn't gone outside yet, but you know, or you know, farther north to try to get torpedoes on this key. He's probably going to turn in here. Yeah, and there are the torpedoes from the key. Teufelhund lands one, and this is really, really going to hurt the key. This might put him out. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that coming. Now that's really, you know, what is the strength of the German battleship line? Well, it's if you can get to that kind of range and put a broadside into somebody, it's pretty devastating. And these ships are very hard to citadel. They're designed kind of to excel at really close range fighting, and their armor is set up to make getting a citadel on one of these ships up close very tough. It's actually easier if you're farther away and the shells have more drop, so that they're kind of plunging fire. They're falling rather than just kind of straight across. I'm sure there are videos out there that'll give you all the details about how that works and how the armor schemes are set up, but this isn't that one. Now that Furious is in big trouble. Now, Teufel can't turn out too much here because he might eat all of the torps, but yeah, those are some very slow torpedoes. But that's okay, because Furious he's not going anywhere. He's just still reversing. I think he's just probably going to be reversing until dead. Good guys have only lost one ship. Akatsuki's almost dead. Akatsuki finishes off the Furious, though. So, what is proper Teufel way of playing the German battleships? Well, I guess it's getting close enough to get your secondaries working. And this is probably going to be it for Cleveland. It is. Nice shot. That's kill number 2. 15 aircraft shot down, 70 secondary hits, 23 main shells on target. 1 cap assist, 1 flood, 1 torpedo, a citadel shot. That's probably going to finish the Lexington. Even with the Gneisenau dispersion. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. See you next.